Hello ladies and gents, welcome to FACEIT TV. I'm DDK, this is James, and you are going to be watching some FACEIT League here today. And we have 3 matches coming your way. VirtusPro, VirtusPro, VirtusPro. VirtusPro.
With an LGB.
VirtusPro.
But what's the first match?
First match is going to be Na'Vi and VirtusPro. It's going to be Cbble actually, and these might be 2 of the best Cbble teams. Obviously, of course, everyone knows that TaZ loves a lot of Cbble. Even when it's broken, he's like, I love this map.
Yeah. I actually watched Zeus released a blog recently, which is, I'm not even sure what channel it's on. I think I saw it on Reddit actually, so have a look at there. But it has an English translation as well. And Na'Vi are actually practicing very hard for the FACEIT finals. And he has some interesting comments about recent changes to the pistols, SMGs, and the AWP as well. So it's quite interesting. Make sure you check it out. He's got a very cute cat as well, which he calls Hacker.
He calls the cat Hacker?
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned Zeus. He added me on Facebook today.
He did?
Yeah. I didn't recognize his name actually. So I was like, who is this guy? He's wearing a Na'Vi shirt. I googled his name. It was Zeus. Does he speak English?
We will find out next week then.
All right, I guess we
FACEIT Land finals.
All right, guys. Well, it is time for us to pick some Vulcan players. I do believe. Wouldn't you say, James?
I think it's time to do what Dan said.
Okay, that's good.
Pick the Vulcan.
I'm in charge here. Let's pick some players for Vulcan. Well, there we go. So we have 3 VirtusPro games. So we have to pick 3 VirtusPro players. It's a complete no-brainer. This is easy today. So let's go to VirtusPro. Oh, we have to pick 8 players. I forgot. It's 8 players now.
8 players. Well, okay.
Okay.
So it's 8 players across 3 teams. That's basically 3 LGB players, 3 VirtusPro players. Although VirtusPro are playing LGB twice, so maybe we should pick 3 Na'Vi players and 2 LGB players.
Yeah, you got to be careful because you don't want to get. I mean, if we have a bunch of LGB guys and let's say they lose really heavily, for example,
Twice,
that's gonna really hurt.
This is gonna be bad.
So yeah, that's.
But we have to pick 2 LGB players. We have no choice.
That's true.
We have to. So the smart money is 3 VirtusPro, 3 Na'Vi, 2 LGB.
Maybe the smart thing is to get the 2 LGB players first that we think will do the best, and then just spread the rest of them, the cash as we can. What do you think?
No, because there are only 2 players, and we would be better spending the money on the other 6, which is the large majority. That's 75% of the pick, Dan.
Well, the thing is, if those players get completely creamed.
Well, but it's still only 25% risk, so I don't agree with that at all.
All right,
basically.
then. Okay, so let's start.
I completely disagree, Dan.
Well, screw you. Let's do VP. Let's go with. Yeah. Well, NEO played really amazingly yesterday, and there was an overpass involved as well. So I kind of want to get NEO.
Okay, let's do that.
Now you choose one of these lovely gentlemen. They're lovely and they're gentlemen.
Byali.
Okay. And
TaZ is really cheap.
He is.
I think TaZ would be a good pick because I think we should pick him for now and see how our economy goes as we pick the remaining 5 players. Because this is a game all about economy, Dan.
Why did you choose Biali?
Because I like Byali. He's cool.
But you realize there's a Mirage. You know what that means, James?
What does that mean, Dan?
It means Pasha wrecks everyone's face. That's what it means.
Yeah, but that's one of 3 maps.
Okay, let's go for our Na'Vi players then. So we've got 5.6k left. Guardian's relatively cheap, all things considered, to be honest.
He is, but
Na'Vi are playing on Cbble, so
they're only playing 1 match as well.
Yeah.
So is it worth pushing the boat out with the big? Although we're buying 3 players, let's actually look. I think we should come back to Guardian. Seized or Zeus? They're both quite cheap.
Zeus.
Okay, let's get Zeus. Is it because he added you on Facebook?
No, it's not. It's because last time I picked Zeus, he top fragged. So it was Dust 2 though that he was top fragging on. He did really well there. But yeah, this is quite. Do
we pick Seized? I think Seized is slept on. I think he's not really the star player of Na'Vi. I think he goes under the radar a bit.
Well, we're thinking about CT side here because it's Cbble. I would say. So who do you think is going to make the most frags?
I want to
CT
pick.
side?
I want to pick Seized purely because
I think flamie is a must here as well.
I want to pick Seized because it's a good reason for us to pay more attention to his role in the match in game. Because I think there are some people on certain teams where you don't like let's say Semfis for Cloud9 for example. You don't necessarily really pay attention to his role because of all the other players on the team and the kind of personalities and so on. So I want to pick Seized purely so we have more focus on him when we are watching the game.
Well, I think I mean I would have said Edward and flamie, but
no, we're picking Seized.
But then I would say flamie because flamie's role on Cbble is usually I think he's playing the CT ramp area on A, so he gets like a lot of action because not only does he get rotation frags, he also picks up the major defensive kills when players come towards A, and he gets a lot of support frags as well. So I feel like flamie is a good choice here if he is playing that position again.
As you guys may have noticed, I blew all the money in our account, so we have $12 left. Not even that. We started with 100, now we've got 12. Meanwhile, producer Reese has been just stacking cash.
Yeah,
he's made loads of money on Vulcan.
Yeah, he actually has.
It's actually hilarious. He's like multiplied his money by numerous times. I think he might be even up like 7 times on his money or something.
I really think we will regret not getting Edwards, but
I want to pick
Guardian,
Seized.
Considering that it's going to be Cbble.
I want to pick Seized for educational reasons.
I hate you. This is about winning, James. Do the education on your own time. Okay, so let's look at LGB then. We have a lot of money left, so we can probably shuffle these around a little bit based on what we have left. So they are going to be playing against VP on Overpass. So, well, Poly is a sniper, so and Mirage as well. So I think Poly and
I want to get Poly.
I think Poly and Rain. We have a lot of money, so I think Poly and Rain is a pretty good couple selections here.
Okay, so how much money do we have left? 673. Okay, well let's go back to our Na'Vi picks, not including Seized. So we could. I think we might just have enough.
We could have Edward if we remove Zeus.
I think we could have Guardian if we remove Zeus, in fact.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
My maths is strong.
Just about.
But so which one do you want, though, Guardian or Edward?
It's pretty...
I think we should go Edward.
I'm actually okay with going Edward, but it always feels wrong just not to select Guardian.
I know, but the thing is, I feel like...
It's Cbble as well, so
again,
AWPs for days on Cbble.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing with that. But the problem is, I think that maybe we overlook other players because of...
But whenever we pick Guardian, he top frags and gets all the points.
That's also true.
So it's, like it's not like you can overlook Guardian, the best player on the team.
That is correct. I
mean, the 3 top fraggers are usually Guardian. Well, most times Guardian. Then it's usually between Edward and flamie.
Let's do Edward. Come on.
Typically speaking.
I'm not saying Guardian won't do the best. He probably will, but I just want to defy logic for one day.
You know that you're the reason we're going to lose against Producer Reese again.
I just want to focus. I want to focus on the players who go under the radar because of the shining star that is Guardian, for example. So
you want to lose against Producer Reese for no reason at all. We're on 2 different sides of this argument, and I'll never see your side. We can agree to disagree.
Hey, well, okay, well, so I picked Seized. So if you want to pick Guardian instead, then go ahead.
No, I think we have to have flamie, and Edward. So yeah, this is fine. But who is the shot caller? It's got to be someone from VP.
I'll let you pick.
The shot caller.
Since I'm ruining the team in other ways.
I mean, I would if we had Pash on the team, I would have put Pash as the shot caller because when Pasha goes huge, Pasha goes huge.
So wait, what 3 maps are VirtusPro playing today?
Cbble, Mirage, and Overpass.
Cbble, Mirage, and Overpass. So in Mirage, TaZ...
Ops, and Ops.
TaZ will be in Palace on T side. And he will be on the CT side, I think. What was it? Cbble, Mirage, and...
Overpass.
Overpass. I don't know where TaZ plays on Overpass from memory.
I think TaZ, doesn't he usually play towards A?
Pasha plays A. Doesn't Pasha play A?
Well, Neo's been playing A recently as well, so...
That's true.
So in that case, if Pasha does play A, then TaZ is going to be there as well. But I thought our last game we saw, I'm pretty sure Pasha was on B, but And then maybe they're mixing it up. Who knows? Either way,
I think I remember Neo AWPing recently on A. But so what are your ideas here for the shot caller?
One of the reasons why it's difficult here is because TaZ, byali, and Neo across these 3 maps don't typically have consistent top fragging scenarios, whereas pasha usually does. He's been a bit at the star of the team, so it's really hard one to call. Neo obviously was beasting yesterday, but that was against Envious, against their specific style. So it's really impossible. I just go byali then. Out of the 3 VirtusPro players, I think byali is probably safer than Neo.
I would have picked TaZ. I'm not saying let's pick TaZ. I'm leaving it to you. I'm leaving it to you.
We're going byali.
I'm just saying that I would
let's go byali. From all the VirtusPro matches I've seen recently, TaZ has not been fragging.
How can we spend all our money? We don't even have enough money to spend all our money on these more expensive ones. There's one for $90. That's $18 though. We've only got $12.
No, it's the entry is 10.
Oh, excuse me. I'm reading the wrong side. Okay. Go on, let's do it. Let's go heads up with someone. Let's do 45. Brim full of Asher on the 45, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's like pop music from the 90s.
I'm all about
98.
I'm all about pop music from the 90s.
Okay, so
I'm about this life.
all right, guys. So the first match will be VirtusPro against Na'Vi on Cbble, and that should be a really interesting one actually, especially considering some recent Cbbles we had with the DreamHack qualifiers. I think who was it? It was which team was it? We were very disappointed.
Especially it was a crap.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like we saw.
Oh, so hopefully this can redeem the map or something.
Well, the idea is that we get to see it played properly. Basically, that's what I'm talking about. We get to see
yeah.
proper T sides because
it wasn't Rock, was it? It was the other team.
It was
LDLC.
It was LDLC White who like won every knife round, and then they picked T side Cbble, and then had nothing to show for their T side on Cbble. So it was really weird. So yeah, we get to see and be refreshed by real proper T strats from VirtusPro and Na'Vi on Cbble, because I know they both have them, and so that'd be really cool to see. In fact, we may even see quite a lot of T rounds go to these teams. We'll have to see how things go. But let's take a look at the odds for that match. See what you guys think. Let's see. Oh wow, it's just a bit towards VirtusPro there. With their recent form, that seems reasonable. But Na'Vi are good too lately. Yeah,
but VirtusPro again. They are a team who have clearly. I mean, look like they've been drilling a lot of maps, but especially, I don't know if it's just like newer maps. They just drill them. We'll have to see how things go with Train. Train will be featuring in the second stage.
You know what's interesting, by the way?
I'm not sure if I've announced that yet, but I've just announced it now.
You know what's interesting is that both VirtusPro and Na'Vi are 2 teams that have a huge amount of momentum behind them recently. Na'Vi winning ESL, and then of course VirtusPro winning ESEA. So both of these teams that have had to take down some pretty huge names and teams usually that they would maybe struggle with towards the end of a tournament. They both have now found that extra edge to close on big tournaments, and they're both huge fan favorite teams, and they're both teams that I'm overjoyed to see do well. Titan would be the third of those.
Yeah, well, in the words of Zeus, this is going to be a lot more difficult to win in any of those other tournaments. So we'll have to see if that can continue next week. When they're all in London.
Yeah. The only interesting thing is that we're missing Envious. It's the only team we're really missing in our top 5 of Europe, which is quite strange, isn't it? It's like, where's Envious? Because they usually have the trio going on, like Nip, Fnatic, Envious.
Well, last time we were missing Nip.
Yeah, that's right.
Last finals.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't qualify.
No, yeah.
But they were also in a really weird place, just generally like that. It's not. I don't think it's actually as comparable because Envious now have been beasting people. They've been beasting people on LAN. Whereas back then, NIP was struggling. Fifth Line was just leaving the lineup.
That's true.
They didn't know what was going on. So yeah. But yeah, that means that we won't necessarily get that kind of NIP Envious situation, which tends to go horribly for NIP. But the NIP Fnatic potential situations, those matches usually are very close. I mean, we had the triangle Envious over NIP able to beat Fnatic able to beat Envious. So, here we go. We are going to be jumping into the knife round right now. And I would like to see the team that wins the knife round picking CT.
Yeah, I sincerely hope to see that as well. Again,
sure we will.
If you want to win some knives, people, here at FACEIT, we will be giving away 2, as well as an M4A4 HAL. We are a mere few thousand followers away from 500k. Once we reach it, for our subs, we will have an M4A4 HAL and not a snapback, a factory new butterfly knife slaughter. And open to everyone will be the bayonet rust coat that you can see on your screen right there. So make sure you hit that follow button. And who knows, maybe we'll hit 500k today, or maybe it'll be next week at the LAN. That would be kind of cool as well.
Oh yeah, actually, that'd be really sweet.
Imagine that. That would be fun.
Like building checks.
All right, so who won a knife?
They're trying to get Starks in the coach slot.
Who won a knife then? Despite sitting here, I never know who wins the knife.
I always know who wins the knife by who selects CT.
I'm looking.
Basically.
I'm looking at the knives themselves, not the actual knifing.
Yeah, I don't really.
I'm just like,
let's
have a look at what knives these guys.
Unless it's like Nuke or like a map where it's insanely important. That said, it is pretty important in Cobble as well, but not nearly as much as it would be on Nuke. So.
Nuke will soon be gone, Dan. Will soon be gone. Although
VirtusPro won it.
Valve released a little teaser as to what the new Nuke might look like. It looks hazardous, Dan. It looks hazardous.
Okay.
So we are into the pistol. You know what I do on pistols on Cobble, Dan?
When I do push 3 players towards the A defense for CT.
That's exactly what I do.
All right, well, Neo's right there. He's going to be able to find 1 kill straight away with TaZ's help, and they shut down the push on the side. So A-Long is totally under control. They've got the bomb in hand, and it's Seized and Flamie. You need to go and recover that. How the hell are they going to do that, though? There's CTs all over the place, and that bomb is on the opposite side of the map to Flamie. It couldn't really be further away from him at this point.
Look at the massive flank that is to the right of Seized. Unbeknownst to him, Neo is in a very sneaky position indeed. And that is the nature of this map. There are so many nooks and crannies. If you end up in a situation like that very early on, the flanking potential is off the charts on this map. It's off the charts. And it does make the ecos on this map more interesting than others in the sense that when you're the team with weapons, it can make things very difficult for you. Similar to Inferno, but I would say maybe even worse in some ways. I think the potential is there, but we'll have to see as the map develops over time whether or not that will be the way things are. So, pasha up close with the Mag 7 there, in the crack in the wall. I would have loved to have seen where that smoke was going to go, but Guardian will not throw it on this occasion. So, Na'Vi creeping over towards the A site at the moment. Nobody towards B. Minute on the clock, and with 1 smoke and 2 flashes, we may see a burst through one of these places very soon. So he's going to take the first frag onto Snax, and I think VirtusPro might have realized what's going on. That smoke might be for the connector area, but we'll see if they can even make it onto the site. TaZ trying to hold things down at the moment with the MP7. So far, so good here for VirtusPro. Only 1 player down, 2 for Na'Vi. Trying to close the distance to Na'Vi with those pistols, but VirtusPro still defending well for now.
Guardians can go down now, and they only lost 1 guy, and it got a little bit scary in moments here and there, but they're going to hold on to a good portion of cash, and they got 1 more round to, hopefully more easily for them, build bank, and then get the ops rolling out. And one thing that's really interesting on this map for VirtusPro is how they tend to use Snax, because Snax in the recent month or so, month and a half, 2 months, has started to AWP quite a lot, and they've changed Snax's roles as to what he used to be doing. And you can see he's on A-Long at the moment, and he often tries to get aggressive there. Now, the meta game is evolving, so that is expected now. So he might have to try to find more creative ways to get frags towards the A side of the map. But at the moment, with just the Glocks, they're already going to lose Edwards on Na'Vi, so things looking good for VirtusPro. But oh, Neo could be in for a big spray down, or he could get overwhelmed himself. So he's just going to go down, but here they come onto his position.
It's a greatly timed nade. Estimating when the push is going to come from the T's. Only C's remains. He will fall as well. So no damage done to VirtusPro on this occasion. Snax just with a P250. Is he going to pick up the AWP? He could throw it over to pasha. Could be using it himself, as Dan mentioned. Has been using the AWP recently. Normally, Neo would be the secondary AWPer on VirtusPro, but on some occasions, here and there, it is Snax. And maybe VirtusPro are a team who rotate their in-game leader constantly. And we'll see if this is a decision from one of the players, or if Snax just feels like, you know what, I want to AWP for a bit. Yeah,
and Zeus is actually already in position to maybe deny any aggression from any CTs on A-Long, and you can see Snax did indeed just abandon the idea of doing that, and he went to try to AWP over the smoke in middle. So that's the kind of mix-up that I was talking about now that A-Long is not used so much for CT aggression. He's going to try to find those picks towards the, in the middle area, but it's not going to happen just yet. Na'Vi, they're expecting something of this ilk, so they are trying to prepare for it, and it is after 40 seconds that they start now to combine and push in, slowly but surely, and it's going to be on Snax here on the A site, as well as Neo, who is playing A-Long. He's going to try to pop flash himself in. What's he going to be able to spot here? Actually going to fall back, but they're about to find themselves in the crosshairs of Snax. There's flamie down, but there's more where that came from. Neo going to find himself one as well, so going well for VirtusPro now.
Again, a solid hold, 35 seconds remaining for Na'Vi. And they have little advantage, little map control. They aren't past really almost any choke points whatsoever towards the A site. And not seeing much suggestion that they'll make it past one. So C's having a quick peek, but if he pushes up that hill on his own, he may be between a rock and a hard place. So the retreats for Na'Vi, as they know what their situation is as well as we do. And to push would be suicide in this situation. So they'll try and save the guns, and C's will be the one who's taking a little bit of a risk. In case he gets pushed, he will at least slow them down, force him to check all the corners while his other two teammates are very far away indeed.
So if they don't go for a B rush sort of thing, well, they have to try to work towards A. I mean, these are the kinds of dynamics that you have at play on Cbble, CT side. You got B, where the CTs is very, very unfavorable to actually push. You may possibly see them try to boost into Skyfall or something, but usually that's not incredibly common because it's quite risky in of itself. So usually just see like strong defense on B for the CTs, and they just hold in their static setups and they just react to the T's coming in. Whereas on the A side of the map, it's a completely different story. You actually have loads of opportunity as the CTs to get little aggressions going, and also to have different setups. You could even let them just come up into the A site and just hold on to long. This is something we saw LDLC White doing, and I thought that was quite a cool idea as well. So that's the kind of dynamics you're playing against as the T's. So in that round, we saw that Na'Vi put a lot of delay in to try to nullify any early aggressive options from VirtusPro on the A side, and then they went for the push. But they ran into the AWP of Snax, and Neo with the smokes and flashes was able to defeat them. So in their mind right now, in Starks' mind, I think the idea is cool to try to break down A and break down the setup with Snax and Neo. But how are they going to find that? Is it with fast pace? Is it with, what kind of nades are they going to use to do it? Or are they just going to go for a B rushes? Because that doesn't sound like Na'Vi to me. That sounds more like Envious, like these just crazy rush down style.
Neo has 9 frags so far, with 0 deaths and 2 assists.
Yeah, Neo's this could because again we mentioned before, Snax is AWPing a lot more, and as you said, Neo used to end up being more of a secondary AWPer. So it does seem to be that they have switched him up in a few different positions. I think on Overpass, I don't think he was always playing towards A, but yesterday he did an insanely good job on A. It was ridiculous. He was just beasting all of Envious by himself, and actually he was getting quite aggressive as well. And Neo used to be a little bit more passive on their side. He wasn't going for all the aggressions. He wasn't supposed to. It's pasha that does that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, I think maybe internally they've switched things up a bit with Neo.
If VirtusPro win all their matches today, then they will finish as the top seed in the group, and pretty much the top seed, full stop. As of course we have 2 North American teams and 1 from Oceania, but Europe being the strongest region, they will theoretically have the #1 seed, full stop. Means that their ride may be smoother than others. So all to play for here. Trades coming in now, 4 versus 4. Still VP with the AWP and Zeus only with the Tech 9, despite his fallen comrade. So he's going to push on his own. TaZ completely flashed, but look at this. He's going to have free reign of Guardian's head. Gives a little bit of time to see if he could combine a few more frags, but Na'Vi in other areas, who will now emerge where that one took place. And Snax cutting them down one by one. VirtusPro, this is not looking extremely challenging for them at the moment.
I think they're actually going to put more players towards B now, or go back to a more passive kind of setup where they're expecting a B rush now, because what just happened there was VirtusPro put 3 players towards A, so they probably read this situation. Hey, Na'Vi still have a buy. The way that we think Na'Vi will play is actually towards A. We don't think they're going to rush us really quickly, so we can afford to have 3 players on A towards the start of the round. That's exactly what happened. So VirtusPro are reading Na'Vi well. However, the Deeg is coming out, and we saw Havoc wreaked by that Deeg in the hands of Simple previously. Are they going to make this worse for VirtusPro, or can VirtusPro keep this damage under control?
Okay, so despite the frag, Na'Vi still yet to breach the double doors of the underpass area. Snax trying to get a nice angle, and those doors were reversed actually. It was a very abusive angle you could find near the connector between A and B onto the area where Guardian is, but they reversed the doors to kind of nerf that.
Snax could be in a little bit of trouble there if he's not looking the right way in the right time. They are looking ready to go up into his face, up for that A push.
That was a very nice peek there. He just jumped up, saw ahead, knows he needs to reposition. Oh, he's going for even more aggression. But hopefully for him, he won't get caught out. Indeed, he will. Guardian with very nice 2 taps. So you've got the opening onto the A site. There's still one player left. That's TaZ, who's just waiting. But he's going to get his head ripped off by Zeus. So this could be the first round. Now if you get on the board, they've got a 4v2 situation. And there is an AWP, a juicy AWP for Guardian.
They don't have any armor yet, though, and Guardian hasn't picked up the AWP yet, which is weird.
Yes, dangerous at the moment.
So this could be salvageable for VirtusPro, but it's going to be really hard. Byali coming in through the doors. flamie is going to have the peek on him. As pasha, well, he can try to get some money out of this mag. Now, here's the first man. Zeus going to go down. Good stuff there from pasha. Going to be able to switch up with the M4. But now, can he kill any weapons? Oh, very important. Can they pick up the... I think they can get the AWP, actually. He won't get the frag onto Seized. AWP, there it is. Okay, flamie did get the AWP. That would have been huge if he had denied that AWP, but... Well, at least VirtusPro still have a lot of money to play with. But Na'Vi, they found a round that worked for them. But it was all off the back of that early pick from Edward with the Deeg.
Yeah, that allowed them to get numbers close to those doors, and with the right timing, Guardian got the second important frag onto the site. This was a mid P250. 2 taps to the head of Snax, who's out of position with the AWP. No one to trade either. So a bit of a horrible situation. Okay. So we've got a meeting of the minds here. Neo on the angle now. So the AWP has switched over. He doesn't find a shot, however. Neo and pasha actually going for the double AWP here. Trade's coming in for either side, but it's VP with the 1-man advantage. Tries to snap on Zeus. Not going to happen, though. 3 versus 3. Still a minute on the clock here for Na'Vi to make a decision. And the rotation might be a bit difficult for VP now. Only 2 players on the board. If they have to go for a retake here against 3 people, AWP and an M4 might not be the easiest. The bomb, though, has to take the right route and not get caught on the way. So the passage will be safe now towards the B-bomb site. We'll see if TaZ and pasha opt for the retake.
So I think they have a lot of money still, so they can definitely do this. There's no AWP against them, which is nice. The smoke is going to cause lots of issues, though. But pasha, is there still a gap there for him to use? Oh, not really good enough.
Oh, if they were together, they could boost over it. But it's that's such a strong smoke on this map when you've got the site, because you can just stand behind a door as well, so they try and push.
Actually flashing himself in now, and TaZ can immediately get rid of that Molotov, so there's no delay. Almost takes down Seized, 10 health on him, and pasha cannot get it done. So Na'Vi pick up another round, but I do believe VirtusPro still have a buy in their hands. It's going to be a rough one. Now, what are they going to choose to do here? Because they aren't going to be able to afford an AWP. Will they get aggressive? Will they just play passively, just change the setup? I mean, they actually just can do that. They can maybe they can even try putting 3 towards A again. I mean, this is a very viable gamble for them too. But there's so many good choke points to work with that I think they have a really solid chance still in this round, even with these I guess, inferior weapons to the AWPs that they would usually want to have. But the push is coming in faster here from Na'Vi towards B, and I think this is smart actually, just getting it in there quickly together, as they don't want to get picked off earlier on the round. Byali and TaZ ready though on the B-bomb site. Teammates rotating into the connector area, so this is an interesting one because the bomb's actually down at the moment. They aren't committed, or just they have not decided yet where they're going to go. Just trying to toy around with VirtusPro and their rotation. Oh no, Snax gets caught on the jump up, and Neo gets burned down as well. flamie with the spray, and things are looking terrible here for Byali. So they have managed to somehow come out with a 1 versus 4. Very nicely done by Na'Vi. And VirtusPro without any money to buy. actually hold him to this ult though. Well, maybe not. Zeus will take him out. So 5-3. And this is the kind of thing that I was mentioning. Like both of these teams have pretty strong T rounds on this map.
Yeah, it's nice to see Na'Vi getting back into the game. They've broken the VP economy, which means they could potentially tie things up here if they continue with their momentum. VP going for 3 smokes, 2 flashes. So I have to see again, like you see the when you see these aggressive CT flashes on Inferno banana area, so P can try and get a few kills. If VP can do a similar thing, pick up a few rifles, then this round could go in either direction, but easier said than done. You can find these sneaky angles, and pasha not enough space to bait for his teammates, but TaZ and byali going to get 2 frags anyway. byali's got an M4, 3 versus 3 though. This round starting to move quite fast. And we're losing VP plays left and right. Only byali left. He's got a Molotov as well. And if he can just create some 1v1s, if he can get the first guy without taking much damage, then anything can happen. 2v1 now. And we should see a bomb plant from Na'Vi, but I'm sure byali will definitely go for this.
The really rough thing for byali is that lack of Kevlar at the moment. He has to just kill them without getting touched, and it's going to be Guardian who will spray him down. So another round there for Na'Vi, as VirtusPro can get the buy, and then they can get the AWPs in if they want to. byali had more than enough cash for that, but it's not even for Snax, not even the glass cannon. They want to be able to have grenades, and a statement with that as well is by saying, hey, we have the variety to our CT side that we don't need to just always use orbs. We can definitely use team play, we can use different setups, and that's what we're going to see. But the fast pace into a long could cause problems. Neo's got to be on point here.
Okay, so Neo going to smoke things off and concentrate his efforts in the underpass area. So he's trying to hold the roles of 2 men at the moment to allow VP to be stronger in other areas. TaZ lucky to get away with it with his life there. Only 5 HP remaining on him. That is a common spot which you can just strafe and pre-fire basically. So definitely lucky to still be alive there. byali going to go for some information and be punished for it by flamie. He was just waiting for the CTs. Once TaZ was forced out of his position, they had no eyes on the drop zone area. And they knew people were in there, but how many? They have no idea. There's a bomb there, they have no idea. He has to push, has to find out the info. pasha finding some revenge. 4v4, 45 seconds on the clock. The bomb is still in control of Na'Vi, but again, how much crucial map control do they have at the moment?
Moving slowly towards B now, and things are getting rougher and rougher. TaZ went down, pasha's going to get sandwiched, and Zeus will be able to smoke off towards CT, towards connector, so there's no real easy entry for the retaking players of VirtusPro, Snax and Neo. Now, with the money as it is, they're going to need to eco next round. So, oh, that's some nice damage, but there's no way Neo can know that. This is not happening, so just going to go for the save. And Na'Vi, they're stringing together some really good rounds here, and a lot of these early angels that they're finding are just going their way at the moment. And of course, having AKs makes that situation really nice. And also, it's really hard for VirtusPro now, even worse, because they don't really have the AWPs to rely upon. Because the AWPs are a really good way of dealing with a situation like that. When the teams are kind of winning those angels against your rifles, just get some AWPs and play some harder angles for the AKs, play some angles where the AWP is really favored. But they don't have that option. They have to play on the same level as Na'Vi, who now have tossed over an AWP to Guardian. I think it should find Guardian in the end, but no, actually Edward's going to be the one rolling with the AWP.
Okay, so that's a bit different and curious. But
Oh,
maybe this is a timing thing. I think Guardian might have been in front of Edward, so maybe for that particular timing it was more prevalent to have an AK. But either way, it's going to be TaZ taking down Seized first off. So 5 versus 4 now. Early advantage for VirtusPro. Again, Na'Vi still with the control of the bomb. flamie falling as well. No frags yet for Na'Vi. This could be a clean sheet for VirtusPro. Snax getting 2 sexy frags there. He's going to get out of there, try and stay alive. But in fact, he will be not too far away to finish off Edward. So that's really important because Na'Vi was building a hell of a lot of money, as you can see. So nice for VirtusPro to get out of the clean sheet there and have only a few grenades to replenish. 6-5 in favour of the Polish side, taking a lead once again.
Okay, so they have the AWP on Neo now. He's going to go for that timing pick instead. Here he goes. What is he going to find? He's going to find some players really close. Tags Edward. Oh, Edward just barely missing the headshot there onto Neo. He gets away with his life. Should really count as lucky stars after that one. And yeah, VirtusPro still waiting for a real push from Na'Vi. Here comes something. Biali's going to spray down flamie. Spots another one on Skyfall, but he won't spot the drop with the... or I guess he will actually, because he did... Oh no, he didn't drop this yet. There it is. TaZ will find TaZ. 3 on 4 now. VirtusPro suffering even more so, losing players towards A and B. They've got 1 on either side respectively, and in comes Edward. Great spray down there, long range, and pasha. Oh, this really sucks for VirtusPro because I don't know how much money they have, but they're going to get reset right now, and Seeds is about to murder pasha. There he goes.
That flash from flamie into the drop zone was really bad. Because if you saw the CT, he had enough time to look away from it because he just threw it in there, bounced off a wall, bounced off another wall. There are much better ways to do it. Basically, if you're flamie standing there facing drop zone, you do a 180 and throw it off the wall behind you, so it bounces into drop zone and pops immediately, and then have a teammate closer to jump in and exploit it straight away. Maybe it's time to make a cobblestone video.
Okay, so we've got the majority of Na'Vi towards B at the moment. Now they'll see what they can get here, and they haven't shown many really, I guess, fast challenges towards B. So this is going to be one of the first times when they just say, "Hey, we are just going B." There's no complications, no convolution at all, and it's pasha with the mag. This could get complicated for Na'Vi. In he goes with that mag. Here it is. Up goes the jump. And another frag for pasha, 2 with that mag, and now it's an advantage for VirtusPro, something they've been sorely lacking in recent rounds. But Edward is watchful with that AWP. Guardian's going to be trying to get that plant down to put the clock onto the CTs as they boost up into Skyfall. So Snax can have another avenue of attack. They're going for the 3-pronged attack here, taking their time about this one. And that bomb is still not down, so they have all the time to play with. And Na'Vi, what do they do here? They're getting pressured from all sides. Guardian is too paranoid to put the bomb down just yet. Edward gets 2 kills, though. Snax and TaZ fall, and Neo's left. Gonna have to pick up the M4. Gonna roll in now. Finds Edward, finds Guardian. But the shots keep on coming. Who will die first? It's gonna be Neo. 7-6 there for Na'Vi. It is looking really strong on their T side.
Yes, the trades are real here for both teams, but who is going to come out on top? Winner is unclear yet. Is indeed game of 2 halves. So second last round here on the first half, and we have VirtusPro reduced to mere pistols after a strong start from them. Again, it's been a familiar tale with the matches we've seen this week, where we've seen an early surge from one team, other team has adjusted, recovered, got back into it, evened things up. We've seen the same thing happen now, and Na'Vi finally taking the lead to boot. So a mere P2000 here to hold down the A site. Not sure how long that's going to be effective for, in fact. He will get the first kill into flamie, so that is a fantastic job so far. With one simple pop flash, he's just holding down the A site as Neo on his own. Snax coming in for support. They've got a crossfire now onto Guardian, and this is turning into a disaster for Na'Vi.
What on earth is going on at the moment? Only Edward's left. He's got 9 health, and there's not much he can really do with this. He's got a minute to play with, but he doesn't have the bomb just yet. And pasha comes in from the back. One quick shot to the head to end it quickly and cleanly, painlessly. But, I mean, Neo, he was standing at the top of CT ramp with the P2000. He got 1 kill just facing a rifler, just tapped him down with the P2000. The pop flash comes in, takes down another one. That is ridiculous. This Neo guy is having so many good games lately, and VirtusPro are really thanking him, I'm sure.
Yeah, yet more P2000 kills. We've seen a bunch of stock CT pistol kills yesterday as well, and you don't see them that often against a full buy from the opposing force, but here we are. 7-7 now. Nice nade, going to put Edward down to, well, he's going to follow the traces afterwards and just completely finish him off for the last round. So great play there. So it's one thing to, you know, spray through smoke, but in most instances, it will also reveal your position. So he got sprayed straight back after being naded as well, so that's going to be Edward out for the rest of this half. See soon to follow, taken out by byali, and I don't know. I don't think that peeking is being done in that area as well as it could be, especially with the flashbangs that Na'Vi are throwing to boots. flamie there with a nice sweeping pick with an AK, and it gets another one onto byali. So opening up the A site, though TaZ has other ideas. Going to take down Guardian and leave flamie behind. Versus 3, spotted 1 player, but 2 more to find. There's the first one here. If he can find himself one more 1v1, TaZ will finish things off here for VirtusPro. So they will go into the second half with a 1-round lead, possibly expecting a larger lead, Dan. But Na'Vi did get some nice rounds in the bag as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite surprising how well Na'Vi were able to actually take T rounds. I think a lot of it was to do with their ability to just slowly take area upon area, and with flashes and good team play, good trading and stuff like that. And in the AKs really helps as well. Like just the one-shot headshot, the one-shot kill, from a headshot is really, really important in these spots. And it did make the difference a lot of the time on these entries to give them the map control they needed. But we're into the pistol now for the next round. And we have a surge of players through Skyfall. They're going to keep dropping. Zeus is going to hear all of them. Gets the first one onto Neo. That's a really great shot there from Zeus. He's going to keep himself alive and now claim the bomb for Na'Vi. They are kicking things off excellently. It's just Pasha left. And he's dead. He be dead.
3 of the Na'Vi players, Guardian, Edward, flamie, untouched in their armor. They'll get the cheap helmets. The $350, and Guardian is 2 for 9, as Dan just pointed out to me on the screen. So, bet you're feeling good about the Edward pick now.
Indeed.
Because he's 7 to 12. Lol.
Yeah. I like it. Edward's a safe pick on maps where the AWP can get weird. Whoa! Snax. Be cool, man. Be cool.
Something about Counter-Strike, or I don't know what, just makes a lot of teams knife their teammates. So this week we've seen so much of it as well, but we will not harp on about that for too long. So VirtusPro going for the smoke rather than the flash into the connector area. So they just completely denied vision and rendered somewhat useless. Going to have to force the rotation to another place, but I'm sure they'll expect it as part of their strat. First kill though going from Edward to Pasha. Trades. 3 versus 3 as we've got the VirtusPro emerging onto the site. Going to try and plant the bomb, but there's a CT in the back hut. Tagged heavily is flamie. 12 HP left, but he's still got an M4. That's byali. If he can take down flamie here, we'll see. Does flamie peek, or does he play for the trade with seized peeking? Difficult situation for your opposing team.
I mean, the bomb needs to go down, so byali has to eventually play for that. And the one-on-one, Seized will actually win that, but it was a little bit too close for comfort. Down to 16 health. So no money here for VirtusPro. Na'Vi going to be able to roll onto the AWPs quite quickly, and I would imagine that Guardian is going to start padding out his stats a little bit, get off that 3 kills that he has now, and get up to something a little bit more respectable. But but yeah, so just the standard full save now. They can't really do anything else other than that. So it's just about trying to get some damage or find a way for a fast plant. That's more or less it. 2 frags is always nice. It's about like $10,000 worth of damage to rebuy, assuming no nades are used. And Zeus is going to come in. He actually gets tagged down massively. Zeus is down to 8 health here. flamie's going to come in to support. Can flamie control the situation? He will be able to. So they are going to stop this push up at CT ramp. So that's really well done. And they only lost Guardian too, so that's an acceptable loss. And now we move into the buy of VirtusPro.
Alright, so we'll see what they have to offer and what Na'Vi can do to defend. Edward looking to potentially continue with the MP7 here. Indeed he will, so we'll have to keep an eye on how that goes. And again, let's look at Edward and C specifically and see what roles they play on the CT side of this map. So you can see Edward playing over towards B, and C's in a connected area with here to support Guardian.
They're really on a massive gun disadvantage here. There's a FAMAS and an MP7 and 3M4A1S against 5 AKs. So this is quite a dangerous round from that perspective. And the nades are running out fairly rapidly here for Na'Vi. If VirtusPro can force out some more grenades, they're going to have a really strong push here. But Zeus will lock down the Skyfall area, so the lurker in Snax is gone.
Na'Vi trying to still figure out what's going on. Of course, they haven't seen the bomb. You can see them completely spread out across the map, almost with even distance. But it's going to be the 2-pronged assault onto the A site through long and through the underpass. But all the frags going the way of Na'Vi so far. Neo going to open on Zeus, but there's only 2 plays left here for VirtusPro versus the 4 of Na'Vi. Guardian having a quick peek, doesn't need to re-peek anytime soon, but he can throw a flash over the wall. He'll go for the peek, and TaZ though will finish him off. So 30 seconds on the clock, 1 man disadvantage now. Now things have been squared up, but only for a split second. C's falling, and flamie taking down TaZ. The bomb on the floor as well. And Neo, no choice but to run back and pick it up. Almost catches flamie without a gun in his hand, but just a little bit too late there. And with a lot of damage taken, that will be another round in favor of Na'Vi. So 3-round lead here, heading towards that 16. And if VirtusPro were to lose this, I think the best they could do is tie with first place on points, and then I'm not sure who would end up going through as top seed to FACEIT LAN.
Guess it's the head-to-head, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Well, they want to get themselves into B. They got some nades. They got some pistols. So maybe they can scrap together a play. Well, the rotation is actually going to be quite fast from A. Playing the doors is, I do believe it is C's, I think. No, I guess it's Guardian and he's playing the doors. So rotation can be quick, but how quick can the pistolers be onto the B bomb side itself? They're going to get shut down, completely eliminated very quickly. 12 to 8 now the score. So Na'Vi holding on well there. Going to keep building that bank. I wonder if they'll bring in an auto sniper on Edward or something.
I haven't seen Edward rocking an auto sniper for a while. I think we've seen someone else using it recently on their team. It's
really good on this map too. So
it's always fun when Edward's got it in his hands.
But this could be the way that VirtusPro decide to get onto the board here. They got Pasha looking for some picks. They have the rest of the teammates kind of setting up towards the B side, just to hold some basic map control. That's more or less what this is. It's just, let's just get all the map control that we can get, just so that Na'Vi can feel our presence more or less everywhere, and then just keep them in the dark. And that will keep them in the dark as long as possible. It does look that they have repositioned 3 players towards the A side of the map here, so and the bomb is now going there as well, so that's 4 players towards A. So they are going to be looking for the advantage there. Now Pasha is scoped in, trying to see what he can get done, but the threat of having CTs close to these door angles inside are always very, very prevalent. Lots of teams play people in those positions. They have no way of knowing just yet that Na'Vi are playing really far back and that they have not really anyone in A at all at the moment.
Okay, so VirtusPro looking for a safety numbers push here through the underpass. Bit of team flashing going on. Neo could have to be delayed in his push up towards long. Not sure if C's can hear him from that distance, but I think he might have an inkling now as to what is going on, at least to some degree. He's got his teammates playing very far back on the A site, possibly to try and slow VP down for a potential push. While his teammates rotate, we've got Zeus heading over now to help his teammates, but can he get there in time as C's has fallen to Neo? Guardian with a revenge frag from the balcony area. With a boost, you can see all the way into long from there. Snax is holding a nice angle, getting the first frag, finding a second one onto Zeus as well. Only Edward remains here, so VirtusPro with a chance to catch up. Planting the bomb with a few seconds to go, and Edward has given up on this round.
Yeah, not much you can do now. What's the money like for Na'Vi? They got to have a lot of money left, right? So, yeah, they got loads of cash to splash in the bank, although if you add 1,400 to what they have now, that's what they're going to get on this round. So, yeah, they're going to be able to drop easily. Things will be fine. But VirtusPro, they're going to need to do what Na'Vi did and win a couple more in a row to really break Na'Vi and get more rounds on the go. And that means basically they'll pretty much be tied up. If they can do what Na'Vi did to them on the reverse side, they'll basically be tied in this map. So that's what they have to do. Now, will they be able to do it? They've got to run into a few more buys, and will Na'Vi mix it up? There's lots of things that they haven't really tried. They haven't done much in the way of aggression just yet. Guardian himself has been not really super active. He's just been holding passively angles towards the A side of things. This round as well, he's going to be rifling too, so the orb's not even going to come into play. They're going to rely on a setup together, 2 of them, towards the A-long area. So, yeah, Na'Vi just being very reactive on their CT side.
Okay, so VP with double AWPs. Will that make it easier or harder for them to take a site here again? We saw it on both sides. Caesar with an aggressive position actually towards A. But we've seen it on both sides where it's taken them a while to get significant real estate, especially towards A, going through the underpass, a scary prospect for both teams. So currently we've got 4 VirtusPro players hanging around outside the double doors. And once again, it's Snax looking in the underpass, sorry, the drop zone, with an AWP on this occasion. So just got to hold an angle there. But he's going to move at the wrong time, not find ahead of Zeus. In fact, Zeus will find ahead of Snax. But is he running the distraction? Doesn't seem that way, as 3 of his teammates now have rotated over towards the bomb site after spending so much time just the outside double doors. Edward cleaning up with a cameo appearance from Seized, taking down Neo. and Na'Vi close within 3 rounds of taking this map.
I was just going to say that VirtusPro couldn't afford to lose that round because, well, we can see already the situation in the economy for them. They can go for the buy, but it's going to be fairly scrappy, as you can now see Galil and Peter 50 with no nades really on Pasha or Neo. So when they lose this one after just full buying, they're going to have 1900 in the bank. So then they have to eco, and then they're going to have still a pretty poor buy. So they're going to go for a fast play, it would seem. Now, they need to bring something together here. They've got to get some big results. The trades are going to be favorable for the Poles as they march on in, but now they've got to deal with flamie. He makes his appearance there from the top of CT ramp, spraying them down. It's just one man left standing. He's got 9 points of health. Neo is going to try to do the impossible against 2 players who are in position, and the wall bang will find him from Zeus. So 14-9, no buy for VirtusPro. And even, again, after this round, unless they get the bomb down, it's just going to be AKs and limited amount of nades. So this is VirtusPro close to losing this one now.
Yes, they will need 6 rounds in a row should they not prove successful in this one. And they haven't gone in for the full buy, or the force buy, as Dan mentioned. Only a smoke and a flashbang and a few pistols here and there. Now it's flamie with the auto sniper for the Na'Vi side. Whereabouts is flamie playing with that? He's playing deep in the B bomb site, so he's going to hold an angle, waiting for a potential rush. And Russians come in, and they are going to find a dink on him anyway. So I'm not sure if he did all the damage he was expecting there, but he will have slowed things down, allowed his teammate to get a very important plan. Well, I mean, they're killing him, killing flamie did. So Snax trying to do what he can. Oh, Caesar was low, but he couldn't find a frag onto him. Didn't find a rifle either. We'll see if Na'Vi choose to pick up the auto.
That's quite sad that flamie only got 1 there. That was kind of like the perfect situation to have an auto sniper. But sometimes it's not as easy to use as other times. And 15-9.
I think he was flashed at the beginning as well. So he had to look away, which delayed the blat then.
Blat. Okay, so 15-9, 15-9. They're just 1 away now. Match point there for Na'Vi. And they do have a pretty good buy, to be honest. Both teams do, thanks to that plant and all the extra damage on the kills. VirtusPro and Na'Vi both have big buys. It is going to be Edward on the AWP. There he is, towards the hut area at the back of the B bomb site. Are they going to go just for a straight-up B push? There's Neo creeping through the smoke there. I don't know if Edward will be able to spot him just yet, but that nade might illuminate matters somewhat. I think he was a little bit too far away to get shown behind the smoke, but
yeah, there is a bug where if you throw a nade into a smoke, you might get a silhouette of a player who's in it. I'm not sure if it's dependent on your graphics card or what, but it is a common issue at the moment. So first frag goes in the way of Na'Vi. Going to use that smoke to try and slow things down here towards the B bomb site. You can see Pasha trying to get a pick through the smoke, but he'll get an AWP by Edward once again on the big green gun as opposed to Guardian.
Snax in with an equalizing kill though, or well, he's trying to get it to be an equalizing point. It's 2 players, the difference now between these 2 sides, and it's just down to TaZ now as he gets eliminated. Na'Vi with an excellent showing on Cbble, 16-9, able to win a couple of those really key rounds where VirtusPro were beginning to come back, but Na'Vi made it happen. So I don't know how we did really on our players there, but not having Guardian was certainly pretty good, because I can see Guardian is 6 for 14, and I imagine a lot of players would have picked Guardian. In fact, Zeus with 24 frags, 14 deaths. So Zeus was, I think, he may have been top fragging there as well. Yeah,
so pretty good performance by him, and congratulations to Na'Vi. That will definitely improve their seeding for the LAN finals as well. That is their last match of the league stage of stage 1 of the league.
Yeah,
stage.
And they were the furthest behind as well, so they caught up to VirtusPro. Okay, so guys, we've got VirtusPro versus LGB next. We're going to have 2 LGB VirtusPro matches, and it's going to be Mirage and then Overpass. So we will take a quick little break whilst we set up Mirage, and please stay with us. Please follow the channel, and you'll be entered into the giveaway when we hit 500k, of course. We're super close now. How many away are we? We're like 5k or something? 4k? 3k? We're really close. All right, guys, thanks. We'll see you after the break.